Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio, the podcast for all things mecha.
Welcome everybody to a special edition of Mobile Armor Radio. I have so many podcasts in my head, I almost said Dead's on the Podcast, which is really old. But we're here today with a special guest, John, who's doing some modding of Battletech, the Harebrained Schemes version of Battletech. And we're going to talk about modding and other various things and Gundams and have some fun. Sound like a plan, guys?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
So, John, yeah, you're doing Gundam mods for the Battletech Harebrained Schemes game. And
That's right.
You're doing. We saw the videos, so we'll have the links to your YouTube page, and a lot of weapon mods and things like that. It's seems like it's going pretty good. It's I'm sure you're doing it just for fun on the sides.
Yeah. So to make a long story short, my mod is like a BattleTech Gundam hybrid. I'm trying to find a good way to bring the technology base into the BattleTech universe. I know you guys are fans of both universes.
For sure.
So right now I only have a couple like mobile suits made. Like I got like the GM. I've got like the Desulter from G-Witch. I know that was a kind of an obscure suit, but that's a good reason to put it in there.
Yep.
And then I made some stuff from Double O. I made like O Gundam. Gundam Virtue is the one I most recently made, and my finest achievement so far. But what the mod is, and I'll let you guys get a word in. I'm sorry to ramble.
No,
That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So the mod is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the other mod packs in the community, but there's like Robotech, and then there's Battletech 3062. Both those mods use like a combination of like common modules that put their mod packs together. I've taken a lot of the same core bases modules that are publicly available, and I'm building my own thing on top of it. On top of that, I'm building an asymmetric online multiplayer, which is already done by Robotech. They have the Robotech Online, but I felt the online experience could be richer than it is in its current form that they make available to the public. So what I'm liking to do is do something a little unique, combine the two universes that are my favorite of all time, Gundam and Battletech, and make an online warfare map where players compete for taking over planets, but they can also invest, because in the current iteration of Robotech, it's mostly like a rat race. Players try to like complete missions as fast as possible to take over planets.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I want to add something that gives them more reasons to invest in the universe they're fighting in.
Yeah, a lot more like Gundam. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, feel free. Go ahead.
Are you looking to do some with other than the apparent mods that we've seen? Are you looking to skin some of the old mechs to be Gundam looking, or because some of the videos I saw there were still just a generic BattleTech mechs with your weapon loadouts? So
the only custom model I have right now is a Marauder, but it has a GN drive attached to it.
Okay.
Nice.
Do I have planned to add 3D models that look like Gundams? Yes. Is that something
perfect.
that I can do myself? No,
Yeah.
But I'll look into that. I'm sure there might be
quite a
people
few people out
interested
there.
in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If anybody's in our listening who's interested, yeah, we'll have your Twitter information too. They can shoot you a link and maybe hook
Connect up.
Because I love the. Have you done different sounds and stuff for the weapons? Like everything looks.
Yeah. So I've used sound bites from other media sources, like for the GN rifle that the Gundam O uses. It has like that high pitched booming sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that when I was watching. I was like, "Oh, he's changed the sounds. That's great."
Some of those weapons are pretty devastating too. I noticed in your. I
was watching your GN versus your GNT. I forget which video. It might have, like your second video, and you were just blasting the GNT mods out of the water.
Right. So so those videos are a little bit dated at this point, but I have done some rebalancing on some of the weapons, because the difference between like mobile suits and mechs is you don't have internal slots for weapons like mechs do. Like you can't just put like 15 lasers on a mobile suit, whereas you can a mech.
Yeah.
That is
You had called him GNT. What was the T? It was kind of confusing me a little bit. So,
Well, GNT is from Gundam Double O, the Tau drives.
oh, okay. I was trying to. I had too much 40K on my brain. That's why my head
That's
kept
okay.
going there, and that's why I got confused.
I get I don't know. I get kind of granular in the Gundam universe. I'm a big Gundam nerd, as you could probably tell.
So what kind of got you into making mods and things like that?
Well, it's a funny story. So I got into making mods after playing Robotech for a long time. I played that for like almost 2 years, and then there was some issues with myself and the community, and things didn't go well. So I said, okay, well, if I can't be part of the community more, that's fine. I understand. I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to try my hand at making mods and try to improve on what I've experienced playing Robotech online.
Nice.
I'm trying to make it positive. I don't want to make it about like the bad things that happen, you know?
No worries. And I, it is one of those, you always hear those people that are like, well, why don't you go and make X, Y, or Z? And so, having that drive and ambition, like definitely, making your own, additions and innovations on something are always, something to be remarked upon.
And for the mods, is it available publicly yet, or are you just doing for yourself right now?
Currently, it's not, but I will have probably another beta test in, I don't know, probably a couple months from now. I mean, as it stands right now, the mod has. I haven't done everything. Like, if you looked at Robotech, they have like thousands and thousands of mechs, weapons, and stuff, and that's all stuff I have to make by myself. So I have to work with what I got. So I got the vanilla game. I've added a bunch of non-vanilla weapons like HVACs, MRMs, all sorts of stuff. So we have that, and then as for mechs, we have the vanilla 132 mechs. Plus, I've added 196 additional mechs to the lineup.
Wow!
And we have 6 or 7 from the Mobile Suit universe. And the reason why there's not more is because I try to make each and every thing I make from that universe to be special and unique, and that kind of takes time to like show itself.
Yeah, you're not just doing generic things. You're actually building from scratch each one. So.
Yeah, and especially if you're going across shows, it's not just like Universal Century where you have kind of a progression of like power creep. You have the grunt mechs, and then you have the all the way into like Stardust Memories, and you have giant nuclear power or firing.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. And the way I have it set up is like there's 3 tiers of like mobile suits. There's mobile suit, and these are all tagged. Each mech is tagged specially, so like when you load into a mission, it'll call certain values, and if like your value for like let's say a mobile suit is one that's called, that show up in the mission. And there's 3 tiers. There's regular mobile suit, there's mobile suit hero, so that'd be like I don't know, like a I would say an ace that didn't use a Gundam. There's plenty of those in the Gundam universe. And then there's the Gundam type, which is I would probably say the highest you can go in the tag wise.
That works out.
Yeah, instead of having weight classes like in Battletech, you have that instead.
That's pretty cool. So because it's me, I have to ask: is there any future for any Xeon?
Oh yes, I just haven't made anything from that side of the universe yet. I mean,
okay,
of course,
perfect. It's gotta make sure my peeps are repped.
Well, we can't forget anybody. It's a big universe to draw from. Fortunately.
Yeah, that's great.
That is kind of the funny thing to think about. Is like Xeon is kind of always the front and center like antagonist, but like each show has. Oz might be the other one that really kind of stands out.
So I would say the great thing about the Battletech universe is, especially with the online map that I have set up, which you guys have a link to the actual website, gnwars.net. You can actually see the online server. There's like 36 factions. You could make it like Xeon Tech is like made in the periphery. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Starlink tried to oppress them. It's like the same kind of story.
Yeah, yeah.
You can have different suits will be manufactured by different factions, so you can really represent the whole BattleTech, or sorry, the Gundam universe by making each universe be contained to either regions or separate factions from the BattleTech sphere.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, Rob.
Oh, go ahead.
I said, so then, I guess, what are your future? Where do you see yourself going with this at the very end?
Like what do I hope to have?
Yeah, what do you, yeah, like when all's said and done, and you sit back, what's the dream?
So the dreams have a Discord community, and it doesn't have to be a big community of people who like BattleTech, who like playing. Like it doesn't have to be super competitive, but like to play somewhat competitively BattleTech on an online map that is reset every fixed amount of time, sort of like a ladder system, and they get to experience that while playing the BattleTech game with not only the BattleTech assets but also the Gundam Tech stuff that I will be adding in. On top of that, the Discord community will have a Discord integration with the actual game. Like for instance, my plan is to make players be actually able to own planets on that map that I think it was Rob was looking at. I have to edit. That's a big development thing to come over, but players will be able to own each planet and be able to do. It's like Stellaris. You'll be able to put your own upgrades on each planet, which will make it harder for enemy factions to take planets. Players could generate their own items or can generate like a factory. They can have a factory and they can make items for other players to buy. I'm trying to build a giant, like a kind of simple economy on an online server map, if that makes sense.
It does actually. It's actually really good. That sounds great, actually.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting because we like the old games like Galactic Civ or things like that, and that reminds me of kind of that where you can actually take over planets and battle. That's pretty fun. It expands the actual BattleTech game into way bigger. As it is now, you're just doing missions like that. That changes the game really, which is fun.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue Tech does it very well. I have to give them credit where credit's due, but I think philosophy-wise and what it could be and what it is now is just too different. And I like to try and give players that opportunity to experience a deeper experience. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. You're like immersive experience for sure. That's pretty fun. And yeah, I do hope that you get the a modeler because seeing Gundam models in BattleTech in the Harebrained Schemes BattleTech, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be great.
But even as is now, I did enjoy watching using those weapons, and I watched the video where you made the Virtue and showed all the different loadouts you did on it, and I think it's really cool, like all the various new weapon sets you have in the game, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's all custom stuff I had to add in manually.
Yeah, that's I've done very few actual modding in a long time, but I know it's a lot of minutia trying to do everything.
My modding experience is just skins.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was gonna say, since we're talking a little bit about like the actual process of like, if you had to give any tips for people maybe interested in getting into modding, especially on the BattleTech from Harebrained Schemes platform, like what do you have any kind of resources that you recommend or like skill sets?
I have a few things I can say, and I think it'd be important. One, it's not over your head. Everything that I've done is something anyone else can learn. A lot of it is reading files and editing files. They're in the JSON format because that's the format that BattleTech uses. So anyone who's had any kind of experience with JSON won't have any problems. Pay attention to your commas in your files because a comma can ruin your day for like a couple hours and set you back.
Brackets and curly braces.
That's right. For anyone interested, I have a video. It's currently set to private, but I can make it public. I have a video on my YouTube channel that documents things like some simple things in modding, like adding weapons, making equipment, Just some small things. I do plan to make a full modding series eventually. I just haven't got to it. But I wanted. The thing I found when getting into this whole modding scene is there are people who are willing to help you, but the resources to help you are kind of scattered to the wind. There are certain discords, and I'll say this for anyone who's interested. Discords that'll help you most with modding are the BTA 3062 Discord and the modding technical section. Well, he runs a great Discord over there. And then Robotech has a modding section also, and they can be helpful sometimes. That's what I can say for anyone that's interested in getting a modding. It just takes a little time, and if you're not sure, there are resources and people you can ask to help you.
That's the key. It's a big community. Obviously, like there's tons of people doing it, but you've taken on a huge mission here, especially do by yourself. Like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I've been working on this for I don't know about 6 months now, 7 months. I've made some real serious progress in the last.
No, that's really good. It seemed to me that you were at it just a little bit longer than that. So that's great for 6 months.
Absolutely.
So on a switch gears a little bit here.
Sure.
As a Gundam fan, then are you also big on the Gunpla and actual model building stuff?
So I wouldn't say I'm big on it, but I do have Gundam models, and I do enjoy Gundam models. I have 3 models right now that I haven't built at all. I got
that's such a small pile.
Yeah,
small pile.
You should see Pat's pile.
Those are rookie numbers.
I have the Gundam Age 2 white version. That's a P Bandai.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I got I got real grade Exia, and I have master grade Blast Impulse Gundam.
All right. I think Brent's being attacked by his cat.
No, I think he looks like he's excited. He's jumping up and down, but it's actually his cat.
My cat. I got a window right behind my monitor, and now there are moths and stuff flying around it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So obviously you've loved Gundam. What's your favorite series?
Well, I like a lot of series, and first series I ever saw was Gundam Wing, which is probably first for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My favorite is probably going to be, I'd probably say it's Double L, but for the longest time, my favorite was Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny. I know Seed and Destiny
Seed.
get a lot of hate, and I think some of the stories kind of, it's not as good, but I would say that the Mecha from Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny are probably my favorite. I like the versatility, they're colorful. Story, not so much.
They have some weird names, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like Gundam Seed is a rock solid show for sure. Destiny, I've gone on record as saying that like there's weird hiccups. Like it takes a weird turn, but like when it was starting out, it was actually really strong.
Well, a lot of Gundam takes hiccups sometimes. So
yeah,
but yeah,
that's true.
But I think the designs, especially in those series, because they made them all unique, very unique looking. That they, I think that's why the designs are so standout even today.
I'll say this real quick. Can I just interject something real quick?
Sure,
of course.
Related to my mod, one of the things one of my listed things to make is striker packs for mobile suits. I don't think you won't even need to be like a mobile suit from Gundam Seed. It'll just be like a special hardpoint equipment you could attach.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, that'd be slick.
Yeah, it's good. So much variety. If you're going to combine everything together, there's so many options that I think everybody would have unique factions for sure, just because you'd have so much to work from. So that'll be pretty fun. And I don't know. Is there anything else? You guys have any other questions?
No, I think, John, what you're doing is a good thing. It's definitely going to be a big task, but I think what you've done in 6 months is amazing. Yeah. And so I think what will be happening, I look forward to see what's going to come next.
Thank you.
Are you looking for people to help you out? Maybe we can do a shout out for people to give you a hand too.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's interested, the most prominent thing I need help with is 3D models for Gundams or mobile suits.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Even if like I have to like buy them like for a low cost, because there's plenty of Gundam models you can buy off websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need someone who has modeling experience to actually import them into the game. And I have a link that further explains how to do it. It's outside of my skill set. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's
Well, there you go. If you're, I guess, a graduating student, modding student, you're looking to get your name on something, help out. Those are good things. Man.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, like, a project like this is a great demo set for, future projects. You can really build out a portfolio for 3D modeling or programming, or, even just modding in general can really help be a leg into like the game design space. So, I remember poking around in the original StarCraft map editor, back in the day. Was kind of my first steps into doing some game designs. So no, it's a really fun journey to hear about, and really cool. So we talked a bit about Gundam. Like, do you have a favorite faction in BattleTech?
Oh, that's easy. My favorite faction is Comstar.
Wow.
Nice. That's not a bad one. I mean,
well, that's a unique one. Not many people say Comstar.
They don't.
Are you upset that the Comstar is kind of on the back burner now in the current lore?
Yeah, I think they simplified their plot in the most recent representations of Comstar. I mean, Comstar was always a faction that worked in the shadows, had a grand plan for the Inner Sphere, and they just made them look like regular bad guys in like MechWarrior 5.
Yeah, hopefully in the BattleTech, in the Catalyst, the world, you can always hope that they are working in the background, and it is just that's their front facing. Meanwhile, you can just actually have them doing some actual shady dealings in the background.
We wanted you to think we were all done.
That's
it was a clever ruse.
The lore, that you can always do some crazy stuff with it. So hopefully Comstar comes back into the fore for sure. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite mech suit in BattleTech?
I like the Warhammer 2C the most, actually.
Oh, that's a good design. Yep,
that's a classic one. Yeah.
The Pat, that's a clan version though. Are you mad about that?
Well, John, it was nice talking to you.
I'm not mad.
Just admit the clans did it better. That's all, Pat. That's all we want to hear.
No.
No, to really rub his gear, how do you feel about chibi mechs? Like SD style.
That'll be
really
my exit. That'll be
pushing Pat's buttons.
That'll be my exit if there's a chibi mech.
There you go.
Chibi BattleTech.
No chibi BattleTech.
I think that'll be like clicks. That'll be like clicks.
Ivy clicks weren't chibi.
Well, it was what
But
that's what done did it.
Very
cool.
Well, thanks for talking to us, John. Yeah.
Of course, happy to be on.
Anything else you wanted to kind of plug or talk about? Any questions for us? I guess.
No. Would you guys be willing to post a link to my Discord if anyone interested in keeping tabs on the project?
Oh, for sure. We'll get we'll post all your socials for you.
Yeah, we'll have it in the show notes on Facebook and the YouTubes. So.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah, when you get more stuff up and ready and going, and you're ready to promote some more stuff, reach out to us. We'd love to have you back on again, see where you're at.
Great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we love to talk to you guys again. We love the idea of what you're doing, and we'd like to see more of it for sure.
Absolutely. Well thanks, guys.
Cool. Yep.
Well, thanks for being on, and you have a great day, and we'll be back soon with a actually I think this is going to come out after our next episode, so you'll have already heard 63, so go back and listen to that one.
Go back and listen to the episode we haven't recorded yet. You too, John. Take care.
Good night, John.
You have a good one.
This has been Mobile Armor Radio. Join our Facebook group by searching for Mobile Armor Radio. Find us on Twitter @MArmorRadio. Join us on the first of every month for more Mecha discussion.